We all know the world we live in right now, and it has changed a lot in the last couple of years. Robots make service in factories and humans do not apply in these factories anymore. We humans were once the center of it all. But what happened during course of time? And how come nobody remembers this big part of history? The history of the factory of the future.
I was walking on a market in the beginning of 2016 and there was this guy who was selling all these old photos. And there was one photo that really stood out, and there were these strange objects on the front of the photo, and on the back it said Factory of the Future 1950. And he said that it was absolutely a real photo, but he didn't know what was on it. So I bought the photo, I took it home, and I just couldn't figure out what these objects on the front were and what was this Factory of the Future all about. I couldn't sleep at night, and the next day I decided to investigate it.
As Casper traveled throughout Europe, he started to collect information, old photos and posters, and tried to write down as many stories as possible. But he did not know what he was about to find out.
At some point I wasn't sure if this was all real, if the Factory of the Future was real, or maybe I was just making things up in my head, making things up that weren't there. But it had to mean something, and I couldn't stop now, I had to go on.
He would find something that would confirm his theories, and could make a change to history.
And then I found a strange looking piece of metal. It was engraved with Factory of the Future. So this was a turning point in my investigation. This was huge. I finally had a lead, something to go on to. But I still didn't know anything about these objects in the picture or the factory itself. And there was one big question that raised to my mind. Why have we forgot about the Factory of the Future? Why seem we to have forgotten about this big part of our past? It was like they wanted us to forget.
And so he went on, looking for the so-called Factory of the Future, and trying to get to the meaning of the progress. After traveling, scavenging, repairing and reconstructing, more became clear about the history of the factory, and why we didn't know anything about it. The factory was in fact a normal factory until 1920.
In 1920 it was their 50-year anniversary, and that's when the first real progress was revealed. And this was a huge thing, because now physical jobs could be taken over by these so-called progress. At some point even the management got taken over, the cafeteria, like everything could be taken over by the progress.
But it wasn't until 1930 when they changed their name into Factory of the Future.
And word came out and a lot of tourists came to visit the Factory of the Future.
And it wouldn't stop there. While human workers were not the center of the factory anymore, the shape of buildings could also be changed. Sunlight or any light was not needed, neither was enough oxygen. Progress, or Homo progresses as they are called by their full name, was so efficient that even most of the management jobs could be done by them.
And the first progress that was actually made and revealed was the progress that was on the picture that I showed you. I found pieces of this first progress, and I found a blueprint.
So Casper tried to reconstruct the progress, together with the found pieces and the blueprints.
It came to life, and it started to work again, and it looked like it knew what to do. And now that I had this progress, I could finally start researching it. What I found out about the Factory of the Future and the progress right now, it's only the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to find out, and I will.